This is my presentation on my Makers 2 project, Doghouse. So the origin of my project is I basically for project came up with, and at first I wanted to do small projects like building a chest for 1 week and then the following week doing something completely new, like maybe a cabinet or something. As a family with a dog, and then in my head it just popped into my head that I should do a dog project and separate that big project through the weeks. So how I got started, basically the second week, I started just drawing out my plans, making sure like how long it was gonna be and all that. This was, but yeah, and then after I did this, the following week of it on Tinkercad, because I wanted to look, I guess, more realistic than just a drawing, so I could, put it in my head, kind of how I wanted it to look like. But as of right now, I'm finished with the project, and my question was, how can I create something from scratch using my skills and materials to build something and add my craftsmanship? So for my planning document, I was following it pretty good until I'm pretty sure it was the 9th of November when I have enough of the paper to cover the roof. Water wouldn't go into the wood itself through the doghouse, and we had to get more of it, and that took a while because of shipping and stuff like that. But overall, I was on track. The only thing, like I said, delayed me was the roofing part. But yeah, some feedback that I got was that someone said that I should add stuff to my digital portfolio, like some color, in the background, because all I had was just white, everything blank. So then I just decided to I decided to add a wallpaper and put, this Rottweiler on there, and then keep the theme of like a turquoise, like a green turquoise color, the whole portfolio. But yeah, another cool feedback was adding more explanation on what I was doing in the portfolio, which I have done now, putting more in detail, like for example right here I just did a 3D model of my doghouse. I've done everything I've planned, and I'm still debating on stuff, and then now I have things like what I did specifically, like I'm more descriptive here. I put the plywood onto the frame, and I extended the roof by 6 inches because of like rain. And yeah. So this is a little montage of my project. As you see here, this is basically the montage from beginning to end. At first I was kind of, lost, but then I found my rhythm when constructing the doghouse. But throughout the project, I changed a lot of stuff, but it still turned out to be great. I had a few struggles, but I ended up finding solutions, even though they were really tricky. One thing I might do in the future is put some insulation, because all I have is the water resistant things, paper that I put around the house, like as you see here. Yeah, and the two questions I chose to answer was how this work has pushed yourself to expand your creativity and problem solving. And for me, I guess for example, trying to cut the right angle for the roof, because I at first, let me go back, I accidentally cut a 45-degree angle on the top of all four, and once I put the plywood on top, I saw that it was really slanted, so I had to cut a 15-degree angle on all of them. One was if I didn't cut it right after because it'd be the doghouse would be too short. Luckily, I cut them all right, and the height, even it was just a few inches smaller than the original height, but it was all good. And to problem solving and being creative with my craftsmanship. Let's see. My second question I chose was how this work may continue past a semester or influence you to work in the future. And to be honest, I'm glad I did this project, because maybe in the future I could like build dog houses for like a side hustle, or like, a business. And that's why I feel like that'd be a good business, because a lot of people like their pets. And this also influenced me to do more building projects and maybe start a hobby. But unfortunately, I couldn't have my puppy in the in the doghouse, because he hasn't had a second round of shots. So yeah, but this is him. His name is Thor. But yeah, that's about it.